We've seen numerous reports about giving down overall at churches since many congregations ceased in-person gatherings back in mid-March. A survey of hundreds of congregations across the country backs that up. The survey found that 41% reported a decline in giving, while 28% reported an increase in giving. That's according to a recent study by the Lake Institute on Faith and Giving. The survey also found out that giving on average was down more than 4%. So how are some local churches doing? We sent reporter Delane Cleveland to find out.
We want to welcome everybody to this different format on Zoom.
Every Sunday, pastors T. Michael Rock and Kathy Itzen of Robbinsdale Parkway United Church of Christ lead worship service for the 300 members of their congregation.
For the next 2 weeks, we're going to try to do Zoom as a different way of doing formatted worship during COVID.
And since the pandemic hit, they've taken the one surefire step to ensure social distancing and prevent the spread of COVID-19.
So we've not ever had a group of people in the sanctuary since March.
That's 10 months of conducting their services almost entirely online,
People have embraced that experience.
rather than in the traditional confines of the sanctuary.
Our primary concern is the health and safety and care of our people and our community.
People see a value in that.
Meanwhile, at Calvary Lutheran Church in Golden Valley,
we are so glad that you are joining us online to celebrate Christmas with us.
they've embraced the live streaming platform as well, although not at quite the same level as the folks in Robbinsdale.
We had 6-7 months really to get ready for bringing people back into the building.
Part of getting ready included making upgrades to their air filtration system. It also helps that Calvary has 170,000 square feet of space available, which allows them to spread people out for in-person services.
Right now, we have services in person in this room, and you can see that we've kind of set our room up with all of these green tabs so people know where they can sit and where they shouldn't be sitting.
In-person attendance, however, is still a fraction of what it used to be,
Well, then in Matthew's
due to state guidelines and many people choosing the online viewing option.
Thankfully,
Yet Calvary Executive Director Jason Beaver says financial contributions haven't suffered.
we do have a small dip in contributions over the past year, but by and large, we consider ourselves very fortunate.
They are committed.
Back in Robbinsdale,
Many of our congregants give online, and they set up their automatic payments, and folks have been generous.
even though they're approaching a year of no in-person service, the pastor says people who have the means to give haven't held back.
Several of our members got together with the first relief checks and said, we don't need this, so we're going to give it to the church, and the church is going to distribute that money to people who are really in need.
Experts credit the switch to digital formats as a big reason why some churches have been able to survive, and in some cases thrive during the pandemic.
We will never go back to only in-person service. We will always have a live stream component to what we do because we can reach so many people. And that's a gift.
In Robbinsdale, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.